What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Now, brothers, I really want to talk about Bobby Althoff. As we know, Bobby Althoff, I don't know how the hell she became popping. We don't know. But Bobby Althoff is doing quite well. She came out of nowhere. I believe she's a Jewish young lady, but boom! She was on and, she started interviewing a lot of people, had some really good interviews with like Drake, Tyga, I believe like Offset. And then, she was real big. She still is big, on TikTok. I mean, she's doing her thing, no doubt, doing her thing. Then all of a sudden, family, something happened with her and her husband. Her and her husband was down bad. And, obviously she was the most famous person in the family. She had 2 kids with the husband. Husband seemed like a nice guy. Then all of a sudden, they divorced. Bobby Althoff gets with this new guy, a new black guy. We don't really know if it's the bunting guy. He's the guy that's over on the Arizona Cardinals. But she was hanging out with a whole bunch of black guys, things like that. I don't know if it's Sean Murphy bunting, but it looks like the guy. He said it wasn't him. We think that he's lying, but it's okay. They were dating, or somebody was dating. And then all of a sudden, they're no longer in a relationship because she gets dumped.
Just like hard to imagine finding someone who is like truly good for you. It's hard to imagine there's a world where there's like someone who's actually meant for you.
I would give the pain a 10. A lot of people do tell you it's not that bad and things like that, but me personally, it hurt it really bad.
There's really no tea. I have nothing negative to say about said person. Me and my ex-husband broke up in July of 2023, and I didn't talk to anybody else or anything for about a year after. And then I got lonely, met a guy around Thanksgiving, and I think things moved really fast. I don't know, I thought fate. Clearly it wasn't. It was really sweet, really thoughtful, and he just was very thoughtful, and I think that it raised the bar for me, which sometimes sucks because then it's like I didn't want the bar to be raised at all, but nevertheless it didn't work out. He broke up with me, then he ended his breakup, then I broke up with him, and then when I tried to undo my breakup, there was no undoing it. He was done. So, yeah, that's the tea. Got it. Dating is just hard, you guys. Like, I don't know, because I know people are going to be like, just focus on your kids and you don't need anybody. I get it. I know. I love my kids. I'm a really good mom and I don't have to prove that to you guys. And their dad's a great dad and he does a great job with them. He's an incredible dad. I have 0 complaints about us as co-parents. That said, I was 21 when we met. He was 30. I was really young. I was immature. And our kids are so much better off with us apart. So I'm going to go back to dating again because I don't think because my first relationship didn't work out and I have kids, that means that I need to be single for the rest of my life. So hopefully I find someone. I tear up every time I say that because I don't believe I'm going to.
So then, kind of after that, it was kind of all bad. So then she showed up to the brother Tyga stream. She showed up to Tyga stream. This is what happened.
I like to read people's messages, not get room tours.
Let me read your messages.
No. I don't like messages.
I'll let you read one message if you let me read one message.
I delete all of my messages.
Liar.
Are you cleaning? I do. You don't? You keep your messages?
I delete my messages?
Yeah, do you keep yours?
People that delete their messages are cheaters. I'm not a liar or a cheater. I hate liars. You never heard the song?
You're not. No, I haven't.
Alright, so
I just know.
So Tyga was like, let me go through your phone. She was like, nah, I don't let you go through my phone. I delete my messages. And then he says, ladies who delete their messages are cheaters. And this is kind of what I believe happened with her. Again, let me just tell you this. When you listen to her talk, it seems like, she's the problem in the relationship. On the video, why she got dumped by the last guy. And, he's saying, hey, let me look at your messages. I delete your messages. And let me just tell you this, man. You can be the most perfect guy, and you'll see women talking about how men are cheaters. They're tired of these dudes. They're looking for a real guy. And at the end of the day, they never look at any of the mistakes that they have at all. They will never be accountable. You're never gonna get it. Don't ever ask. It's always gonna be somebody else's fault. And they're gonna deal with dudes as they feel like dealing with them, and they're gonna do whatever the hell they feel like doing. That's the reality. They're gonna continue to live the same ass dusty lifestyle and get the same dusty result, and being upset at a man because they don't want to put up with it. And everywhere they go, there they are making the same mistakes. You can't tell them nothing though. And that's the point. And this is what I want guys to really understand. A lot of the times where I feel like men come and fall short in anything, it's typically we don't want to look at ourselves as the problem. But here's what we need to do. We need to start to take that into consideration. Let's look at ourselves as part of the problem. Because you know what? Most men will feel like women might not do that. Most men will look at it and say, women are not going to do this. So here's what we're going to do. We as men are going to take assessments of ourselves. What's wrong? Like, why do we have relationships that are not working out? Like, why don't we have business relationships that's not working out? And what is it that we can do to make these relationships work out better? So, okay, we messed up here. We fell short here. We didn't do this right, all right? And then you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fix those issues so that we can become better men. And what will happen in the process? We're gonna get more money. We're gonna get more opportunities. We're gonna meet better people. And you wanna know what we never have to deal with? As long as we continue to do that, we won't have to deal with chicks like Bobby Althoff. You wanna know what happens with them? I'll tell you, they never will fix themselves. It's always somebody else's problem, and they're gonna continue to go man to guy, and then every guy that they deal with will never care about them the same way as the loving husband that they had. And what happens with the loving husband that they had? I'll tell you, he's gonna go out and find somebody else. It always happens like that, doesn't it? Yes, it does. It always happens like that. They always go out and find somebody else because you know what? It hurts getting dumped. It sucks getting dumped. But most men that end up doing this basically will figure out like, damn, maybe I'm the problem. Here's how to fix it. And no, they want to continue, a lot of women doing the same things that keep my relationships, and they don't want to change their ways. Oh, I'll delete my messages. Okay, so you did that with your husband. Every guy you deal with, let's run the same play. And then what they forget to think about is, well, honey, your husband loved you and he married you. He was invested in you. These other guys who come across you in the first 3 to 6 months are not going to be invested in you like your husband was. It takes time for a man to be invested into you like that. It takes energy for a man to do that. So what are you going to end up doing? You're going to end up being so dusty in these streets. And all of the problems that you got, oh, he's not going to deal with that, baby. Oh, no, he's not. Is that what you was worried about? You thought he was going to put up with your ass? Oh, no. No, he wasn't. He ain't going to deal with you, boo. You're going to be out there so dusty in these damn streets. It's okay. I know you mad and it's not my fault. But you know what? I ain't going to tell the story. I told my story about my firefighter. But just let them continue to do that. And don't even tell them anything. Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them how dusty they are. Don't tell them that. Let their ass continue to struggle. Oh, don't tell them nothing. Let them go ahead on about their life. Continue to hit them brick walls. You'll hear from them. They always come back. Hey, big head, like Kevin said, they always gonna come back. They will always come back. And all you gotta do is sit there and look at the text message. Let me tell you the story. I got a buddy of mine who basically was dealing with this dusty chick. She was quite dusty. And they went out on a date. And of course, the young lady was not really all that tight, okay? She was pretty dusty. So she wasn't really tripping off the brother like that, right? And he was like, okay, well, she ain't really talking about nothing. So, you know, it's all good. He basically didn't say anything, okay? Once he got through dealing with her, he didn't hear from her. Here she comes a few months later, and what did she have? Well, she had a baby. So he was like, oh, hey, well, what's going on? He was like, well, you know, she was like, oh, nothing much. He was like, is that your kid? She was like, yeah, had a kid. Then she go ask him for what? She asked him for, get this, $1,500 for a plane ticket, all right? Wanna know how dusty that was to ask for that? Wanna know how crusty that was to ask for that? But that's somebody who was crazy as hell. How you gonna ask for something and don't nobody even like your ass? It don't make no sense. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. The episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.